Halda Energy Limited, 377 crores. And this is not it. We have more such companies. Bharti Airtel Limited, 247 crores. SL Mining and Industries.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट में सोमवार को सुनवाई होगी। मैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट के फैसले पर कोई टिप्पणी नहीं करता। मैं किसी भी मंच पर किसी भी व्यक्ति से
You still maintain that?
I still maintain that.
What's the better system?
Better system is a multi-pronged system. One system is to allow more open campaigning.
But there are two other questions. One, that the country's major corporate groups, and I don't want to name any one or two, but the big funders who you'd imagine are the ones who are spending their money because it's now through white channels, are not on that list. They're not amongst the major donors, and I'm wondering, okay, if those are not through white channels.
What if the companies gave the money and after that we still went and knocked at their doors through ED? Is that a probability or not?
Hey there, this is TN. On recent days, we can see there is a hot topic going over the media across the country, that is electoral bonds. We can see that a number of political parties received a bunch of amount from individual, organization or corporate company. So we thought of doing a case study on this electoral bonds. We want you to know what's happening around you. So to be mindful on this, we are going to do a case study on this. Here we go. So let's first see what is electoral bond. Electoral bond is a type of instrument that functions like a promissory note and an interest-free banking tool used for funding the political parties. So to be more clear, any Indian citizen or an organization which is registered in India can buy these bonds after fulfilling the KYC norms laid down by the RBI, which is Reserve Bank of India. It can be procured by a donor solely through the means of check or digital payments in various denominations. So what's the limit for these bonds? What's the limit for any organization or individual to buy the bonds? So the limits, there is no limits. You can buy these bonds in a denomination of 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh or 10 lakh or even 1 crore from specific branches of State Bank of India. So for every bond there will be a maturity. What's the maturity period for these electoral bonds? So within a span of 15 days of the issuance, these electoral bonds can be redeemed in the designated account of legally registered political party. Which is, what is meant by that legally registered political party? So that political party should come under the Representation of the People Act 1951, and that political party should got at least 1% of the votes in the last election. So in a short way, we can buy the bonds only from SBA, and the bank will issue the bond with a maturity of 15 days. The parties which got the donation, it's kind of the parties which got the bond should redeem the bond within the span. Otherwise, the money will credited directly into the Prime Minister National Disaster Relief Fund. So here we got to know what is electoral bonds. So there will be a question. We got to know that there is no limit for any individual or an organization which is registered in India can buy any level up to the level they can buy their electoral bonds and donate it to the parties. Is this good or bad? I'm leaving this decision to you all, but we are going to explore good and bad sides of the electoral bonds. So before seeing pros and cons of these electoral bonds, they have a question. Why these political parties need a money or a donation? Actually, parties don't need a money to campaign their goals and reach their goals, reach their achievements to the masses. So, and to maintain the structure of the party and other purposes. If no donation happens for any party, let's assume if no donation happens for any party, there will be no chance for political parties to candidate the lower level and backward peoples. Okay, so if no donation happens for any political party, only those who have money in their pocket will participate in the elections and they will do campaigns. To eliminate this opportunity, we understand that government holds the policy of donating the money to the parties from volunteers. Now we got to know that political parties don't need money or donation. Now we are going to explore one of the way, which is electoral bonds, to donate the money to the political parties. We are going to see the goods and bads of the electoral bonds. First, we'll go with the advantages of the electoral bonds. Now we are seeing the goods of the electoral bonds. The first point will be there is an article 21A in an Indian constitution. So as per the article 21(7) in Indian constitution, no person shall be deprived of his her life or personal liberty except according to procedure established by law. I'll make it simple for you guys. Article 21 provides two rights: right to live, right to personal liberty. So this was violated by the previous electoral funding system. For example, A is a ruling party and B is a non-ruling party, and there is a company XY. This XY company want to donate 3 crores to the B party, which is a non-ruling party. If the donor details is disclosed, there is a possibility of A party cornering XY and XY become victimized. To eliminate this, Arun Jaitley, the former finance minister of India, introduced electoral bond system in the finance bill 2017.
घोषणा की थी उसको संसद के सामने रख दिया है। इसके पीछे उद्देश्य ये है कि जो
So through these electoral bonds, there will be no details of payee will be disclosed. So to be more clear, if anyone buying the electoral bond from State Bank of India, there will be no payee mentioned. And once political parties received the electoral bond and once they redeem the bond also, there will be no payee details disclosed. In this way, we can eliminate the victimization of the donor from the ruling party. We are saving the donor. Adding to the above point as an advantage, there is one more thing to follow. The monetary contribution limit that any registered political party in India can receive from an individual has been restricted to 2,000 rupees, representing a reduction to 10% of the previous threshold, which is 20,000. This was done through the Finance Act 2017. So to make it clear, prior to this electoral bonds, if X is a party which is getting a donation of more than 20,000, the name of the donor should be disclosed. If it's less than 20,000, no need of disclosure required. This is prior to the electoral bonds. So what will happen? There was millions of cash bags transferred to the political parties, and political parties used to receive the pay into lots of 19,999 because the donation which is less than 20,000, there is no need of disclosing the payee details. Hence, there was millions of black money transferred to the political parties, and political parties divided that into less than 20,000. After this bill introduced, the max amount any individual or organization can pay as a cash is 2,000 rupees. So to be more clear, once this electoral bond is introduced, you can pay only 2,000 as a donation to any political party in a form of cash. So if more than 2,000 you're donating the amount to the political party, you have to pay through the digital payment, you have to pay through the check, you have to pay through the DD. So this creates the parties to receive only accounted money as a donation and eliminating the black money transfers totally. This is one added advantage of these electoral bonds, eliminating the black money circulation. We got to know what are the advantages of the, that's pros of the electoral bonds. Now we are going to see bad side of electoral bonds. There is an article 19(1)(a) in Indian Constitution. This article says, and this article provides freedom of speech, which is the right to express one's opinion freely without any fear through oral, written, electronic, broadcasting, press. It provides freedom of speech in all the media to all the citizens of India. So this article, this right is getting snatched by the electoral bonds. As there is no payee details disclosed in the electoral bonds, there is a lack of transparency. There is a chance of voters being fooled by the parties. For example, for instance, to make it clear, for example, how we'll get to know how this right is getting snatched. I will give you a situation. I'm an organization or a citizen who strongly believe in environment conservation and climate change. Okay, let's assume there is a party named ABC which is campaigning the same belief of environment conservation. So I decide to vote for them and donate to the party. So at the same time, there is a company XYZ, which is an environment polluting company. It has legs in a business like mining and clothing. So if party ABC receive donation or fund from XYZ through the electoral bond, there will be no disclosure of the pay, and there is a chance of party doing favors to the XYZ company once it is elected. So there is no assurity, and the citizen or any organization which is taking decision based on their campaigning getting confused or fooled. This is a really bad side of the electoral bonds. Through ITR also we will not get to know who donated the party. So there is a confusion which clearly snatches Article 19(1)(a). This is a bad. Critics argued that these changes would allow any person, corporation or interest group to now anonymously donate an unrestricted amount to any political party, and that no citizen, journalist or civil society representative will be able to establish any connections to the donations. We will not get to know who is paying the political party. There is no transparency. So now we have seen the goods and the bads, the pros and the cons of the electoral bonds. Now I'm leaving the choice to you guys. This channel will keep talking about the mindful topics which is happening around you. So follow, subscribe and share this video. To be mindful, to see mindful.